What's up, guys? Retired Sergeant First Class Bites here. So I'm going live right now, and I'm just going to record what I have on my mind. This is a story that I'm not 100% sure if I should even tell, but it's been on my mind. It's been on some of my battle buddies' minds, and I'm just going to get it off my chest. I've decided that I'm not going to be on camera for this one. I don't know, maybe I would get emotional, and I am afraid to show emotions. I'm just kidding, but I'm going to show pictures or something along those lines while this video goes. Of course, this is a true situation that took place when I was overseas. At this time, I was an infantryman with Bravo Company 37 Infantry stationed out of Fort Stewart, which is in Georgia. So this day we are out on a routine patrol, and when I say routine, that basically means that we do a route clearance on our way to our sector. Our sector is the area in which we cover. So if you think about police officers, they have a specific area that they look after, and that's what I mean by sector. We just had a specific area that we looked after, and occasionally our sector would change. So we do a route clearance on our way to our sector. A route clearance is where we are clearing the route, but we're looking for IEDs, roadside bombs, wires, anything that is out of the ordinary that we don't typically see on our route to our sector. And we're clearing the route for not only us, but our battle buddies, other units, things like that. Routinely, we're also looking for bad guys to take off the streets, because the whole goal while we were over there was to make Iraq a safer place. And I know for my platoon, that was a very serious mission, and we really wanted to help the Iraqi people live a better life. I mean, is it our business to be over there? I don't know. Or was it our business to be over there? I don't know. But that was our mission, and that's what we were going to do. That's what we were trained to do. So on this patrol, we got a call over the radio saying this unit got hit by an IED, or an improvised explosive device. So we had to respond as a QRF, a quick reaction force, to assist them. So what would happen a lot of times is the enemy would let off an IED, and then moments later, while everything is discombobulated for the unit, they would ambush the unit. So we got there as quick as we possibly could, and when we showed up, I noticed that a truck had taken severe impact from this IED. At the time, I'm a lead vehicle gunner. If you watch my videos, you know I was a primary lead vehicle gunner. I manned a 240 Bravo machine gun, a 50 cal machine gun, but I was also a point man during raids, so I had an M4, and I carried a shotgun for door breaching. But again, on this patrol, I am the lead vehicle gunner, and I have my 240 Bravo machine gun. We pull up. When we get to the location, we parked near the truck that got hit. Whenever our vehicle stopped, my squad leader would say, "All right, Bites, shoot up a sit rep," which means I would grab the radio and I would contact our battalion and let them know a situation report, let them know what was going on. So I would call up, and it would be something like, "Baylor X-ray, Berserker Blue 3 Golf, over." They would say, "Berserker Blue 3 Golf, Baylor X-ray, go ahead." And then I would say, "Sit rep follows." So that's what I did in this situation once we had stopped. After my initial remarks, I went to give my battalion a grid. As I am giving the grid, I can hear a female screaming from the truck that got hit. She was screaming at the top of her lungs that she didn't want to die. She was screaming that she had a family that she loved and she wanted to see them again. She repeatedly said, "I don't want to die. I don't want to die." And it was a lot to take in because of the magnitude of the situation, thinking about being in her shoes. So while I was trying to give the grid, I had to do these breaks. So if you have an issue while you're communicating on a radio, you're going to call in a break. So maybe you can analyze the situation a little further to provide more accurate information, or there's different reasons you'll use breaks. Well, for this case, I had to keep breaking because I could hear her screaming, and I'm trying to scan my sector because in case there's an ambush, and it was just so much to take in that I was like having trouble breathing and getting my words out and just staying focused. So I was breaking. Eventually I get the grid out and I finished my sit rep. I don't want to keep hitting on the things that she was screaming, but it was just the most awful thing that I've ever heard, and I still hear her scream to this day. Our first platoon shows up and they get her out of the truck and they're going to head to the green zone, the safe zone. That's where our large hospital was, where she could get sufficient care from a doctor. They take off to the green zone and I'm monitoring Battalion Net. Battalion Net is the same communications that our first platoon uses, so I can hear them communicating with our battalion. While that's happening, gunner number 2 from my convoy jumps in the truck that got hit to look for sensitive items. So he climbed up the hood of the truck and then he climbed into the turret. That's where the gunner stands. He climbed into it. When his feet hit the ground, the platform that gunners stand on, he slipped and he looked down and he was slipping in blood from the soldiers that were in that vehicle. Not only was there blood in that vehicle, but there was body parts as well. So I'm monitoring comms and I hear first platoon with some desperation in their voice, and I realize that they are getting lost on their way to the green zone. We had only been in country for a short time, I believe, at this point, and we were doing route recons periodically where we would be in our sector, and then we would make an emergency trip to the green zone so that we could learn the route. So we would recon the route, and we did that for specific situations like this. So again, I hear first platoon, sounds like they're lost. A couple hours later, I'm back on our forward operating base, FOB Falcon, and I'm sitting in my room and I'm just like unwinding, cleaning my weapon. And one of my battle buddies came in my room and said that the female who had got hit in that IED attack didn't make it. She bled out. That was brutal to hear, and there was a lot of speculation on what happened. Of course, first platoon getting lost was a big issue, but I don't know what you can do about it. You know, we had just been in country for a short time, and we don't know Baghdad like that where we can just get around wherever we want to go. But something that I also heard was the medic from first platoon put a tourniquet on the female in a location that ended up making her bleed out quicker. I was told that they had recently got a class on like sexual harassment, sexual assault, things like that, and he was afraid to cut off her uniform because of that class. And because of not cutting off her uniform, he didn't put the tourniquet in the right place. He couldn't see from all the blood and mess, so he put it in the wrong place and it made her bleed out. I don't know if that's true or not. I hope that's not, but it's what I was told and what I've had to deal with for a long time. So yeah, this situation has lived in my head since then, and I have recently spoke to some of my battle buddies that were on that patrol, and I know they still struggle with it too. They still hear her voice. We pray for her family. We think about her family often. I know I do. I hope she is up in heaven now living her best life. Real quick, I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and my viewers. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the comments that you guys leave. I mentioned this probably like a year ago, but if you read the comments on my videos and you compare those to a lot of videos on YouTube, I am so blessed. I appreciate the respect that I'm given, and I hope it feels like I give the same mutual respect in return. I hope that I've been helping a lot of you, and it sounds like I have, and I will continue to do so. If you have any questions, let me know. This is Sergeant First Class Bites. I'm out.